Yo, yo, Hisoshiburi, Danna. Shout out, shit, I don't remember his name from Sekiro. The peddler, Anayama the peddler. Yo, Danna, Hisoshiburi, Danna. We're here. That's right. I'm not gonna really mess around. I'm gonna wait for the stream to catch up, and then we'll do a quick little audio test again, just to see how we sound. Pull up Synthetik. Yep. Where are we? There we are. Finish leveling up the Vanilla Plus specializations. I got one of them to. God, I don't even remember. I forgot what I'm saying now. I'm a little bit lost. Okay, we got audio. I think I still need to level up. I think I still need to level up the gunner, the heavy gunner. Alright, looks good. That's wonderful. Yeah, I guess we'll just check. We can cut over. So we should be good to go. The recording's all started. So I think, yeah, I still need to play the Fusilier. A little bummer. A little bit of a bummer. What is he good? Machine military. I don't know. I'm not really sure what that is. I guess attachment power. I think we'll be able to test that. So we'll be able to see what exactly that means. So we're good to go. Stream is started. I guess we'll just start the TikTok live stream. I tried to change it up. I might be an idiot. I feel like I say this a lot, but TikTok has definitely just shown me that I'm dumb. And mainly just in the fact that, like, I'm trying to figure out how to make this live stream not as laggy. And I just don't know. It's just an endless struggle. It's a never-ending battle that I'm a part of. Let's get a quick drink and then we'll get started. Oh. Yeah, I'm just checking to see how the live stream runs. That's the main thing. I would be playing the Elden Ring update, but sadly PC is not the way to go. PC is not Elden Ring friendly. That's all I can say. Let's just get started. I'll have to see how the stream looks. Yeah, it looks kind of booty right now. I'll see if it lags. If it does, you know, it pisses me off, but you know, I gotta, not really much I can do about it necessarily. Let's see, what do we got? Yeah, it still looks like dog shit for the most part, but you know, we're here. Let's just toss some grenades into the fray. Ooh, that was a good grenade toss. Yeah, right off the bat, this will determine the whole rest of the stream, just these first couple minutes. So let's be extra cautious. Somebody sees me. Maybe toss a grenade. No, that was a horrible miss. Nice. Good shot. Good shot. So yeah, what's been going on? So Monday was chest day, or Monday was push day. It was chest, shoulders, and triceps, and I'm pretty excited. You know, I've been working out regularly since about October, I would say, and I'm finally at the point, almost 9 months later, I'm finally at the point where I can maybe do a 45 on each side on bench. A 45 on each side is 135, and I started out with a 25 on each side, so that was like it's like a 40-pound difference. It's 95 to 135. That's like the math. But it's taken me like God knows how long to actually build up to that moment. And like, I don't have a spotter, so I have to take it really slow. And it's just a little bit, it's a grind. It's but it's really satisfying. Like on Monday, I was hitting chest and I did 135 for 3 sets of 5. So I did a lighter weight for the beginning and end sets, but then the middle 3 were kind of all, they were all 135. Like the only thing that I did different was like planting my feet and actually like pushing with my feet. And then I just had so much more force behind my bench. I'm pretty sure I could have done 4 sets of 5 if I really wanted to, but I was happy with 3. And it's like, dude, if I can do 3 sets of 5, then I might as well like next week I might as well cut the number of sets and then only do just only do 135 and just see how well I can do. That's the thing that I'm wondering. I'm also curious to see how my phone is picking up my voice. You know, I'm a stickler. I want to have good quality production. That's all I can say. So having to live stream on TikTok, the fact that they don't give live streaming to everyone, it just pisses me off to no end. Like if I could just stream from my computer, oh my god, my life would be so much simpler. But it's like I totally get where TikTok is coming from, where they get to be a little restrictive because everybody wants to be on TikTok. So like, and like I think especially like streamers want to be on TikTok. So like they can be pretty restrictive about, you know, like how they roll out features to different creators. And obviously like I'm a small fish in the ocean, so I can wait. I'm okay with just kind of complaining because in the end, like, you know, I'm still pretty happy with where I'm at. I've been you know, I started uploading some different content. I've been feeling pretty good about that content. You know, I just started doing Mist Hunter. God, what am I trying to say? I think we have a couple more videos left in the shooter series. So I'm trying to do each of the videos as like different series. So, you know, I started off, the first couple videos that I did were all like games that I actually have been playing for a really long time. But then after that I was like, okay, let's try and have a formula to this. Let's try and have some structure to which games we show off. And so like, you know, we're doing shooters right now. I think I have like 3 more videos going up for shooters, and then after we Xenophage. I like Xenophage. After we do shooters, next up is like flight sim games, and flight sim games are like so rad. They're just the coolest games you've ever played. And like when you add like a roguelike aspect to it, and there's like some combat to it, it's just so rad. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Project Wingman is definitely one that I'm really excited about. That game is just so rad. It's so awesome. It's insanely hard. Like once you get into the later stages, you're just being assaulted by like dozens of missiles constantly. So it's really stressful, but oh my god. Like playing it in VR is just so satisfying. That's what I want to do. Like when I upload the video, I want to capture VR footage of it so that I can actually like show it off properly. Because it's when you're like looking around the cockpit and you're trying to track the planes that are moving in from behind you. It's, oh my god, you feel like such a badass. That's like, I feel like all of the games that I show off are games where like, yeah, you might be bad at them at first, but like once you get the hang of it, you just feel like you feel like the coolest dude on the planet. Oh, and Synthetik 2 is a perfect example. It's just rad. I'm just having fun. As long as I don't get garbage fucking weapons, that's all I can say. It can be a real grind sometimes. God, I'm just, every time I look at this TikTok live stream, it just pisses me off. But you know, I'm still running on the pitiful Pixel 5a, which is, you know, it's worth the money, I gotta say. But I'm excited. Oh my god, excuse me for the burps. I'm excited for the Pixel 6. That's really where the specialty is gonna come in. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's streaming the Elden Ring 1.06 update, but you know, I'm just over here playing Synthetik 2 because playing invading on PC is just awful, and you just end up with the sweatiest dudes you've ever seen in your entire life. Oh, excuse me, folks. Yeah, we'll see how this stream does. I saw that we had a concurrent viewer right at the start, but you know, maybe it's Trey, maybe it's not. You know, who knows? Let's just be real patient about this. Be real cautious. We could definitely upgrade Xenophage now. Xenophage is definitely something that I could stick with for a while. Let's see. Long barrel. Oof. See, this is the problem. This is from Quark's attachments. But Quark's attachments are bugged. So, like, the longer that you use this attachment, like, eventually... So it says, like... let's just take less recoil, for example. The recoil is going to get so much less that the recoil is going to go negative, and then suddenly, instead of you being launched backwards, you'll be like pulled forwards every time you shoot. It's so strange. And like, I think that's the biggest thing that I don't like about this game is like, the mods are so cool, but there's always these little itsy bitsy bugs when you're playing them, and you don't notice them the first time you do it, but then eventually you're like, oh, I see why. Like, I see why this mod has like a kind of low rating. Let's just be patient. Yeah, the getting Xenophage right at the start is absolute game changer. As long as I don't get obliterated, like, I guess we might as well upgrade it a second time. Let's just see what we get. Ooh, laser grip. I'll take laser grip. So we have even more movement accuracy, which is kind of pointless at this point, but you know, you get the idea. Just wait. All right, here we go. See, this area is dangerous. I think this area with the electricity is so scary because it's like, it's just terrifying to like cross the electricity. So you'll just rush into these zones. You'll rush into this zone, and then suddenly there's 5 enemies on top of you, and you're just surrounded. And it stresses me out, dude. Just keep your head above water. That's all I can say. When you're playing roguelikes, I was watching. What was I watching? I was watching Off Topic, the Achievement Hunter podcast, and they were talking about this guy Joe, and let's see. I mean, I'm sure you guys don't know. I guess I'll just explain it. Michael's the OG. Michael's the Elden bro now. You know, he's been playing Elden Ring, and he went back and he played all of Dark Souls, and he was just talking about how, like, when Joe is playing Dark Souls, he just panics. Like, as soon as anything stressful happens, he just panics and starts mashing buttons, and it's like, I guess that's really like, that's the difference. It's almost like it changes your personality when you play these types of games. Like, you start out and I don't know, it's like you have a stress meter. You just hit a certain point, and then when there's too much happening on screen and too much to think about, then you just get really overwhelmed and you start panicking. And I think like playing roguelikes and playing these really hard games, it almost, what am I trying to say? It almost like geez. I'm like trying to formulate the right words. It conditions you. It conditions you for the stress. Like, you get more used to the stress the longer that you play. It just becomes very, very comfortable. You become, it's almost natural for you to be in a stressful environment, and I think that's just so satisfying. Yeah, I can tell all the audience members out there, they're all watching Elden Ring, you know. They don't got time for Synthetik 2, so I guess we'll just stick around here. Destructor Grid is pretty good. I like that. I always suck with the active abilities because I just forget about them. It's really useful for the dogs. I think that's where I'm going to probably use it the most. It's probably going to wear off before I can use it against this dog. There you go. I mean, Xenophage is just so awesome. Xenophage is another one of the Destiny weapons. At least I think it's one of the Destiny weapons. But yeah, I mean, like, definitely, like, when you play these roguelikes, I just noticed that a lot of the people that watch my content, like, they play Dark Souls, and it's like, it's almost like Dark Souls is not for them, but they still play it, and it's like, I think that kind of sucks, because it's like, it changes you. You become a Dark Souls person. I think that's how I think about it. It's not something that happens immediately. Like, I don't think anyone is just naturally, I don't think they just naturally enjoy roguelikes or Dark Souls or Sekiro or anything like that. I think it's almost like this weird Stockholm syndrome where the first, like, when you first play Elden Ring or Dark Souls or whatever, it's so stressful. But then there's something about that stress and there's something about that negative emotion that you just like. And you're like, maybe I should play it again. Maybe I should try a different build. And then you try a different build and you're like, oh, it's not as complicated as I once thought. Overclocked. Heat and cooling. I don't know if I'm going to take this. This guy, the Rayon LW7, this guy is a semi-auto rifle. I don't really want to use this guy. I want something that's fast fire rate with a big ammo pool. That's really what I'm hoping for. Something like an assault rifle. I feel like I say it every time I play this game, but there's definitely like an ideal, like optimal build for this game, which is like you have a slow firing, high damage output weapon, and then the backup weapon is your your fast fire rate, high magazine capacity, high ammo capacity, just so you can just spray bullets. It's kind of like the panic button. So when you're at range, then you obviously want to use these slow fire rate weapons, and you want to use those because it's pretty obvious. I shouldn't have to explain like my tactics, but you get the idea. Like, you want to open every situation with like a long range weapon that deals a lot of burst damage, because you kind of want to clear out as many enemies as you can while you still have space. But then as soon as the enemies get within a certain range, a slow fire rate weapon is just not going to be useful for you, because you're just going to miss too many shots and you're just going to get obliterated. So you really need like a fast firing weapon to counter that slow fire rate weapon, and then you can kind of get the hang of it. Easy. Oh, that's a headshot. I like that. It's kind of interesting. Like the explosive weapons, they almost have like an embed delay. Like they deal damage when the projectile hits, and then they deal a second tick of damage when the projectile actually explodes. So it's almost like you're dealing double damage no matter what. At least that's what it looks like. A lot of this is just feeling. I can't really prove anything, but you get the idea. Oh. As soon as I go live, the nose just starts itching like crazy. Alright. Let's get something to drink. Oh. If we can get an assault rifle, we might be in good shape. Auto adrenaline when entering combat. That's pretty good. I like that. I think you guys should know by now. Like I'm a very predictable player. I like my builds the way I like them. I want upgrades that fire projectiles. I already talked about the guns that I want. God, can I hit this guy? No, I cannot. And here's the situation that we run into. You see what I'm saying? I have two snipers basically. I have a sniper that has an explosive shot, and then I just have a traditional laser sniper. So as soon as an enemy gets like within a couple meters, all of my weapons become completely useless. So I gotta be really accurate if I want to do this properly. And these alarm wheels, I hate the alarm wheels so much. Because you always want to shoot the alarm wheels first, because you don't want them to summon more enemies. But then because you shoot the alarm wheels, it runs over and it goes to its friends, and he's like, help me. He's like, somebody, please help me. And then now all of his friends are over here, and I have to deal with them, and I got to be patient. And God, the alarm wheel is just fucking, he's so pathetic. The alarm wheel is a real human being. I feel like an alarm wheel is like an insult that you can use for somebody. Alright, that was easy. We'll come around here. Patience, folks. Easy. Nice, I like that. There you go. Okay. Do we get a level up? Improvised explosives. High chance for extra shots, but reduced ammo efficiency. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Oh! So maybe that's how this gun works. The only reason that I was getting 2 ticks of damage is because it was actually shooting 2 different projectiles. Maybe that's something that I didn't really understand the first time. Okay. Alright, folks. Keep it patient. Keep it relaxed. Keep those assholes loose. Alright. I'm trying to... That just made me think of like a reality show. It's like, alright, chefs. I don't even watch reality shows. I couldn't do an accurate impression. You get the idea, though. You already know what the bit is. Alright, chefs. Remember, assholes loose. It's like some Gordon Ramsay shit. I'm just making myself laugh. There's no one here to laugh at my it's not even a joke. It's just I have this weird idea and then it just gets lodged in my brain. All right, chefs. Remember, I've got one rule for you. Keep those arseholes nice and loose. Looks like I need to maybe turn my camera a little bit just to center me more in the frame. Hang on, give me 1 second. We'll center the camera a little bit. Ooh, wrong way. Alright. How's that? There we go. Looks a little bit better. Alright. Excellent work, bruv. Too easy. That's all I gotta say. Too easy. I want it to look good. That's the important thing. Even if nobody's watching, I still want the VOD to look good. I want people to actually watch these videos. It's kind of a weird thing to say. Although it's not really a weird thing to say. I think it's just coming from someone who doesn't get a lot of views. Obviously, you want someone to watch your videos. That you shouldn't have to say that, I guess. Oh, there's a huge headshot right there. Patience. There you go. That's easy enough. Oh my gosh. Too easy. Yeah, you know, you hate to see it. Maybe one day. That's all I can say. I think it's amazing to me, like, I feel like there are so many guys on TikTok that are just so smart about how they, like, the route that they take. You know, I'm thinking about this more and more about, like, the content that you produce is, like, so important. You know, like, the content that I started making was all Elden Ring content, and now I'm just stuck. You know, and if I do anything except for Elden Ring, then I'm just fucked. But in the end, like, the only reason that I was successful was because of Elden Ring. Like, it's like, and this gets at what I'm talking about, where it's like I see some guys that are streaming on TikTok, and it's like they don't even make gaming content. Like, they just do trends. They just upload. They just, you know, they whatever the fucking trend is. You know, they do the Chad face or whatever. You get the idea, but. All they do is follow the trends, and then, like, streaming is almost like a side thing. Like, it's completely separate from their TikTok videos, and I think that's just, like, there's something to be learned from that. That's all I can say. Like, I think when you just follow the trends, I think the people that watch you, they like you for you. Like, they think you're funny, and that's definitely something that my audience does not have. Like, I don't make funny content. I can't, like, make funny content. I'm blown away. Like, obviously I hate on it when I watch it, but that's just because it's not for me. Like, obviously I think it's stupid, but that's more a value judgment on me than it is of the people that are creating the content or the content itself. Like, I'm just an old man at heart. Like, I can't do it. I can't just, like, make funny content. You know, when I was streaming, I used to do weird shit, but then that was only because I was smoking. Like, when I was smoking, I would be the weirdest dude. I would just be like, I would be going crazy, honestly. Like, I'd be saying some shit on stream. But, like, I've been sober for almost probably a month and a half at this point, maybe a little bit less. And it's like, dude, I'm way too serious. That'll be my fault till I die. It's like, sometimes I'm only really funny when I have friends around. It's like, it really sucks to say that, but it's like, it's kind of true. Like, the only time that I ever uploaded clips from, like, streams is when I had Jared and Jace over, because, like, we were actually, like, making jokes and, like, saying funny shit. And even then, like, I wasn't really saying anything funny. I was just kind of, like, setting both of them up to actually say funny shit. And, like, for the most part, it was just me fucking playing the game and getting my ass handed to me in Elden Ring. God, I swear to God, I was playing Elden Ring for, like, 3 or 4 months straight. Just that one save file. It never ended. I was in Gelmir, like, so late into that stream. I should have been done a long time ago. That's all I can say. Keep it patient. Keep it simple. Can I not miss all these fucking shots? There you go. Thank God. I feel like I'm losing ammo in the top gun. I haven't even used it. Alright, let's lob some grenades. Lob some grenades. Grenade. Alright, there we go. That's good. Nice, we got a jam. Look at all these pickups. I think I must have really high scavenging level. I think I should upgrade the xenophage. Recoil reset speed is pretty good per weapon shot. Increases fire rate, reduces recoil. I think we should take this. This gun has a really slow fire rate, so any improvement that we can give to the fire rate is going to be really, really beneficial for us in the end. Hey, at least people are joining for 1 second. That's all I can say. It's definitely depressing. I have a feeling when somebody pops into the stream and they see 0 viewers and they see 0 likes, it's just fucking cringe, dude. What the are you seeing that? I shot him 3 times and not a single one actually did damage. Well, 2 of them didn't do damage. God damn. Hey, well, we have 2 views. It looks like the person that stopped by at the beginning, they dropped me a like, which is always beneficial. It's such like a duality, though. Like, on the one hand, I know that like you're not gonna be successful by like not making content, but on the other hand, it just fucking sucks to like make content for nobody. You know what I mean? Like, being small, like being non-existent. It's not even that I'm like a small creator, because like being a creator means that you like have a community, and it's like, dude, I do not have a community. I have some people who occasionally stop by, but you know, that's the best I can hope for right now. I try not to be too picky. I try to just laugh it off and smile in the end, but you know, god damn it. Rayon FPL70 Adder. What a name. Oh, this is a special gun. It's not like most guns. This is from Eggs Pack, Laser Adder. This is kind of cool. So this is, oh, it's a single shot revolver. That is badass. Let's see how much damage it deals. Holy hell. Let's see. Insanely fast reload. That's good. God awful. Did you see how little damage that did? What is my luck? Just be patient. I have all this room to back up. I have all this extra space. I totally forgot that I actually have ammo regen, which is something that I should have been using this whole time. That's exactly what I would expect from me. Like, just not even using the best ability in this class. What is this? Snake Eyes? The Adder permanently gains crit chance every 11 weak point kills. That is pretty sick. I like that. Too bad it deals fucking 0 damage. Look at that. Worthless. There you go. Okay. Goodbye, Adder. I hate to say it, but you don't keep up. It's a little disappointing to see. Alright, let's just be patient about this. Take the room very slowly. Oh, we got a signal message from the boss. You know, the actual work. Just chill. There we go. Okay, patience. You know, I just fucking, I feel like being an old man is like my greatest weakness. Like, I'm just like not a relatable dude. I just act like a grumpy old man just like 90% of the time. Be careful. There we go. And I just feel like that doesn't, like, it's just so unrelatable. That's for the most part, that's why I don't, you know, I'm not out here like making comedy videos, because it's just, dude, I don't have shit to say. I'm not here to like give my opinion. I feel like that's like a whole lane on the internet, is like the dude who shares his opinion and like is willing to argue with people. It's just like, no, that's not me. I'll share my opinion about video games, and then I just won't argue with people. For the most part, I just do my best to just avoid that shit. Dude, I feel like video game opinions are just like, come on, man. We get it. It's just, I've been on TikTok long enough, and I've uploaded enough videos on TikTok to know that like people have opinions. People have opinions. And I don't want to hear them. That's all I can say. I'm like, it's kind of fucked up to say, but like, I don't think people are very good at like expressing opinions in a way that's like isn't very combative. Like, the word argument used to just mean, like, any kind of discussion. But now it's like, dude, if you're online, if you're arguing online, it's a fucking argument. It's like you're breaking up with somebody online. Like, people are aggro. Dude, I remember I uploaded this video on Dead Cells, and I called it an OG roguelike because, like, dude, Dead Cells was, like, honestly one of the first roguelikes I ever played. It was like Dead Cells and Hades, and that was it. And so it's like, yeah, definitely for me, it's an OG. Like, I have memories of Dead Cells that go way back, but, like, this dude had to fucking come in here with the receipts, and he had to be like, oh, dude, actually, you're wrong. It's like, dude, I don't care. I'm not trying to be right or wrong. I don't need to be factually correct at all times. But that's not how it works on the internet. Like, that's not how people operate. I've always had this belief that, like, there's, like, a whole generation of people online that, like, really just don't understand subjectivity, or, like, intentionally avoid being subjective about anything. Like, nothing is an opinion, or, like, they'll be like, your opinion is bad, or, like, your opinion is wrong, and it's like, dude, you're a fucking moron. It'll be like, your food opinions are bad, and it's like, what? My taste in food is a reflection of who I am as a person, and, like, not liking specific things or liking specific things means you're, like, a bad person. Like, what is the argument? What are people trying to get at? I never understood it. I was like, I had, like, one conversation with people in the comments, and I was like, dude, for once, can they just be, like, mostly civil? Like, I'll give it to you. There are a lot of times that conversations are pretty civil, and, like, they're pretty enjoyable too, honestly, but I would say that's the rare occasion. Most of the time, it's just like, dude, shut the fuck up. And that goes to both people. Like, I've definitely been the guy that should have shut the fuck up, but it's like, I want the other person to shut up, but it just becomes this back and forth, and it's just fucking brain dead. It's just monkeys throwing shit at each other at that point. Just people who obviously don't like each other and are just continuously going at it back and forth, and it's like, god damn, dude. I hate to say it, folks. It's a little disappointing. Jesus Christ. Patience. He's going to come around the corner. There's a headshot. Oh, I'm going to get scatter damage on him. God, fuck off. There we go. Patience. That's all it takes, folks. Where am I getting reloaded from? My gun is just magically reloading itself. I don't know if you guys can see this. Just watch. It'll just... There it goes. It just fucking reloaded itself. Oh, you motherfucker. You see how I hate these alarm wheels so much? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. There's a headshot. There's a headshot. There you go. Goodbye. Nice. And we only have 4 items. Let's see what we get. Auto taser. Auto taser. I like that. That's pretty good. I can get down with an auto taser. Did I already upgrade this all the way? We might as well just get the last upgrade on this. Pressure meter. Oh, that's so risky. I think I'm going to take pressure meter. Having increased critical chance is just always wonderful. There we go. That's easy. Look at this. I'm just getting this magical reload. I'm pretty sure I have infinite ammo at this point. I don't know how or why, but I guess I do. Hey, I won't complain. That's all I can say. Patience. Patience. Watch the corners. Manage your corners. That's what Synthetik 2 is all about. Just manage your corners. Just peek out. Peek out from the corner. That's all you got to do. It's plain and simple, folks. That's all I got to say. Just land your headshots. Don't miss those headshots and you'll be fine. Maybe every time I kill someone, it reloads? That can't be right. Yeah, I have no idea. Class abilities. Elite reload. Oh, is this just triggering constantly? Oh, it's just on a cycle. Oh, shit. So that perk is actually bugged. It's just giving me infinite ammo. I don't know when it started doing that, but yeah, it's literally just giving me infinite ammo. Holy shit, did you see that? That was an insanely long dodge. I think that's like, I love, this game is so rad because, you know, like every ability, every item has like an effect power. Look at this, look at this. What the fuck is going on? Did you see me shoot 3 shots that all did 0 damage? Like, come on, man. Just fucking annoying. Alright, let's go. Patience, folks. So I think we gotta go over to the left. I think we cleared out everybody over here. Yeah, pretty simple. Let's go over here. Come on, just give me an assault rifle. That's all I need. We've been going for 37 minutes on one run. We might do a single run for the whole episode. That would be pretty sick. That's usually a pretty good run. Like, sometimes I try not to play this game because I know that if I have a good run, I don't want to just give up on the run. I've already beaten the game a bunch of times, but it's like sometimes the run is just so good. All the weapons are perfect, all the items are incredible, and you don't even realize it, and then suddenly it's like 11 o'clock midnight and you're like, damn, I better stop. But you just can't. But then, you know, the other, just getting the word, you're getting talking gun, you're getting, God, the most shitty weapons you've ever seen. Oh, fire prism is good. I like fire prism. We'll take that. $1,800, I can take that. Fire prism is insanely strong. I like how it reloads too. I used to think that it like never reloaded, but eventually I figured out how it worked. Fuck off. Jesus Christ. Patience. There's a kill. There's a kill. Come on. Nice. I like that. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the stream. It's just lagging. You know, I hate to see it. Here's a fucking alarm wheel. There's 3 shots that don't count. Don't you just love to see that? Just 3 shots that deal 0 damage. All 3 of them. It's exactly what I want to see in this game. There's a good shot. Let's kill this sniper. Oh my god, you son of a bitch. He's dead. Alright, I like that. Yeah, I can take some ammo. I don't really need it. Oh, there's some armor. That's good. I like armor. I think like the biggest thing to learn about Synthetik 2 is like manage your drops. Like, enemies will drop ammo, they're gonna drop health, and they're gonna drop armor. So like, remember where all the drops are, because you never know when you're gonna need like some armor. Ooh, Dennis's Menace. No, I can't use that. M9AC. No. Very little bullet spread. No, that's a shotgun. I need, god damn it, I need an assault rifle, dude. Oh my god, what a beautiful headshot that was. That was so nice. That's the only reason that I like the power array. Like, the power array is so annoying, but like when you land those hits and you land those headshots, it's just so satisfying. You just nuke somebody in one hit. It's just the best. It's the absolute best. That's what you'll find about a lot of these roguelikes, is a lot of it is just bullshit. A lot of it is RNG and just ending up with really shitty weapons. But then every once in a while, everything will just click into place. And then when it clicks, oh my god, it clicks. And it's just like, that's when you feel like a badass. I think that's part, you know, I was talking about it earlier in the stream, but it's like, part of it when you're playing Elden Ring, when you're playing roguelikes, is like, it's not always going to click. But when it does click, oh my god, does it click. It is just so satisfying. And part of being good at Elden Ring and being good at a roguelike is just knowing how to make things click. And like, you're not going to make things click 100% of the time, but even if you're getting a 5% bonus or a 10% bonus, like, that's so meaningful later in the game. You know, like, I've been playing a lot of this game called Getsu Fumaden, and it's like a Konami version of Dead Cells, but it's like Japanesey, and it's kind of cool. But I don't know, it's just, there's just something so cool about, you know, I think there's this thing that roguelikes do really well, where it's like way too many mechanics. That's how I describe it. Like when you play Synthetik 2 for the first time, you have no idea what's going on because there's like a dozen or 24 mechanics for you to like understand and like learn and understand the intricacies of, and it never ends. And you know, when you first play those games, it's so daunting and it's so scary, but then eventually you're like, okay, I'm starting to get a feel for it. You know, like there's armor plating, and then there's enemies that have armor, and then there's like shielded enemies. So you start to figure it out, and you start to learn the mechanics and the intricacies, and then eventually you get good enough at the game where you kind of know when you have bad RNG. Like part of playing a roguelike is knowing when you're doomed to fail. That's what I really like, is like, I think like Gunfire Reborn, this happened to me a lot. You know, that game has like 3 different difficulty modes, and when you're in the nightmare difficulty, you really know. You know when you get a good weapon, and you know when you get a dog shit weapon. And it's easy to tell. I think that's what's so awesome, is like all you have to do is shoot an enemy once and you know whether your gun is good or not. Like, especially in these games that have guns, it's so easy to tell. Or like, yeah, it's just like when the guns have rolls and have modifiers, you know, like in Gunfire Reborn, every gun can roll a bunch of different modifiers. And like, I feel like so many of those modifiers are just absolutely worthless. But then maybe 20% of the time, you'll get a gun that has literally perfect modifiers. Like every single upgrade on this gun is perfect, and it works so well together, and it just becomes absolutely god tier. And you just start shredding enemies, and then suddenly the game isn't hard, and suddenly all that effort, god damn it. Fusion rail, look, another burst fire weapon. You know what, here, let me show you. This gun shoots 5 shots. Alright, it has a tiny magazine capacity, and it shoots half of its magazine in 1 shot. So it's like completely useless. Completely unusable for my situation. Like, the Xenophage is so much better in this situation. And we've already maxed it out. We're literally this is just a Xenophage only run. That's all you need, folks. You just need the Xenophage. Alright. That's Zone 1. That's Zone 1 of Area 2. Zone 2 is going to be a little bit more brutal, so be ready. It's going to be dangerous. That's all I got to say. I'm guessing that we're going to spawn in. Yeah, it's going to be this area. Fuck off. So there's a bunch of enemies up there. There's a bunch of enemies down there. And they're all going to aggro to me all at once. So I really have to go sicko mode right here. He's dead. Cool. I'll try and like be careful about who I actually aggro. Who's this? Is this a bike? Yeah, I hate the bikes. This guy deals a ton of... Look at this. He has a shit ton of armor. And he's like pinpoint accurate. You really just have to peek. You feel like such a pussy. Like such a beta bitch. You have to pop out, take 1 shot, and then pop back in. Come on, dude. Come on. Give me a good hit. There, he's dead. Good. I like to see it. I think I can hit these guys, but I don't want to aggro them. I'm pretty sure if I shoot these guys over here, then everyone in the entire area is suddenly going to be hostile towards me, and I'm just dead from that point on. Alright, what do we get? Dog Whistle. I will take Dog Whistle. Yeah, we're going to get rid of Destructor Grid. I don't use active abilities. If I have to actively trigger the ability, then I'm just going to forget about it. That's like the other thing is, when you're playing these games, there's so many abilities that honestly you just forget about a lot of them. You just don't even use them. Like my grenades, I haven't really been using grenades. I have an ammo supplier which gives me infinite ammo, but I already have infinite ammo, so it's like, who cares? No. Yes. Oh, back off. So this is a melee enemy. He's going to be really dangerous. If he hits me, he's going to stun me, and then I can basically get stun locked into an immediate death. So you really got to be cautious. Easy. Come on, get that headshot. There you go. Simple enough. That's the one thing I can say. The power array is really good against armor. I'm like, once again, I don't really know all the mechanics, but I'm pretty sure that ion abilities, they like bypass armor. They just go straight through armor. So that's pretty nice. Also, you can see that like explosive weapons are also really good against armor, so that's something to keep in mind. I want to get rid of these guys first before I go for this shop. Oh, there you go. Do you see how much damage that did? That was wonderful. And he's dead. Alright. Nice and simple. Nice and patient. What do we get? Mastercraft is pretty good. Increases damage. Increases fire rate. I think we're going to do that. Oh, ammo regen. No, we're going to take Mastercrafted. That's going to be the best for us, I think. Okay, so we come around here. I think it's really important that like map design is so important for these roguelikes. Especially Synthetik 2, I think is a great example. Just because like it's so tactical. You know, you're dead in one encounter. Like you just turn a corner and then suddenly 4 enemies nuke you for your entire health bar. And that's just run of the mill for any roguelike. And so everything becomes scary, and you have to like really, you know, take a deep breath whenever you get into any situation. It's just so stressful. But I think that's what I'm learning is like I'm trying to define that, like, you know, if you like Elden Ring and you want to play games like this, like why do you like these games? And I think it's like you start to like the stress after a while. You know, like that's why I don't think Stockholm Syndrome is like an accurate representation, because it's almost like you feel like an anime character, like in a way, just like this to the smallest degree. You feel like you're just constantly being tested and constantly under immense amount of pressure, but then like you start to get on top of the pressure. That's kind of how I describe it. Is like, you know, when you're playing Elden Ring the first time, when you're playing it the second and third time, it's really overwhelming and you can feel like you're underwater and like you can't get your head above water, but then eventually you start to understand it, and then the stress starts to be less stressful. It's like, you know, slowly but surely the game becomes easier, but it's not like the game changed. It's more like you just had a better understanding of how to play games. And like, you know, I think Elden Ring is like, just all of those FromSoft games are such a great example because they're so intricately designed that it's like you really, there's just so much to understand about the game, and so many little puzzle pieces that come together, and you know, they're not important most of the time, but for very specific situations they're super important. Like when I was fighting Placidu Sax, I had a guy come into chat and he was talking about how he was like level 160 and he was fighting Placidu Sax, and I was like, oh shit, like how are you that high level and you can't kill Placidu Sax? And it was kind of like we had to like understand it piece by piece, and like eventually he was like, oh, I'm using a mage build, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Like the mage build is like one of those things that's really cool because it's like for most of the game, for like 90% of the game, the mage build is just absolutely destructive, but then like for very specific instances, the mage build is like literally the worst build you could use against the boss. Like the Elden Beast is a great example, and definitely Placidu Sax is the other example, because they have like insanely high elemental resistance, and you wouldn't really know that unless you actually like did the research. But then like once you realize that, then you learn from that experience and you say like, oh, if I am going to do a mage build, then I probably should have a physical weapon. You know, I should at least have a melee weapon that deals physical damage so that I'm not totally stuck in those situations. Like it becomes more about, you know, things to learn for next time, or like, it becomes a strategic piece of information, something for you to like retain as information for your future playthroughs. And I think it's like, it's kind of cool. That's why I think like people should replay those games. I think you should play it once, play it a couple times, and then Kennel Cannon, fuck off. Look at all these dog shit rolls, like just the worst weapon rolls you've ever seen. Come on. I've literally just been using the Xenophage and that's it. Like, Jesus Christ. This is a melee guy. But anyway, like, I think that's why the randomizer is so rad. Like, playing the Elden Ring randomizer is so sick because, like, it forces you to like think of the game like a roguelike, where you have to think of it as if you have to think of it in terms of every possible encounter within the game. And like Placiduous Sax is a great example, and I feel like Melania is another good example where you kind of have to build your entire setup around very specific encounters. Like most of the game is pretty simple, but then like suddenly when you fight Melania, it's like a whole different game, and you're just getting your ass whooped constantly. And it sucks, but in the end, you learn from those, situations. I guess is the word I'm looking for. This is one of those situations where I might just die. I'm caught in a corner. I need to kill this guy. He's dead. That's good. See what I'm saying? Most of the time, this game is totally fine, but it's only when I'm stuck in a enclosed space that this game becomes really stressful. Let's get this armor. We have 2 bikes. Okay, I don't like this. Let's try and get some kills. That's all I can hope for. That's a waste of a power array. That's good. I like that. Yeah, you know what's been going on? I guess tomorrow is pull day at the gym. I guess like recently when I've been at the gym, I've been like literally last week, I just started doing pull-ups as like a starting exercise, and dude, that exercise kills me. I have to do the assisted pull-ups, and I have to put 70 pounds of assistance on the thing, which is like almost, it's not half my weight. It's like 40% or like 35% of my weight, but still, that's pretty high. But obviously it's to be expected. Like, dude, I feel like pull-ups, like doing pull-ups in middle school or whatever, was like, that sucked ass. Like when you did the presidential fitness test, dude, there were just these, it would always be this tiny like Asian kid that literally weighed like 100 pounds, and then he would do like 11 pull-ups or like 12 pull-ups in a row, and you would just be like, what the fuck is, like, how that would there's no words, just how. And then now I'm like 190. I'm like struggling to do any exercise, and then just I do pull-ups, and it's like I'm more gassed than I've ever been. And I was like, oh shit, like I should have been doing pull-ups this whole time, because that's really how you destroy yourself. Increase extra shot chance. Bonus experience gain is pretty good. 30% of credits. I think we'll take this extra shot chance. That's pretty good. But yeah, like that's what you like when you, dude, like the whole like fitness influencer TikToker is like it's crazy to me, dude. It's just this, it's like a rabbit hole that you just fall down and you never come out of. Shout out JPG. That's the only guy that I can regularly name, but there's a ton of them, and there's a ton of female influencers. I would assume there's a ton of female influencers. I'm not trying to be sexist. It's just guys. That's what I see. It's just guys. And then there's like this one girl, and she's like the most alpha woman I've ever seen. Like she's so Chad, and it's always like she'll always upload clips of her doing pull-ups, and you look at her back and you're just like, Jesus Christ, like this is insane. It makes you feel bad about yourself. It really does. I'm gonna die. I'm dead. Fuck off. This guy is dangerous. See, this is the other thing about roguelikes, is there's definitely like bosses that I would rather fight. That's kind of something that I want to think about if I like when I were to design a game, is like oh my god, fuck off. Yep, that's it for the stream. I'm trying to formulate my sentences, and then I'm just dead before I can even finish my thought. Like, come on, man. Jesus Christ. I saw that we have one viewer on TikTok. Shout out. Appreciate the viewership. I've seen you've been here for a while, so that's always wholesome. But yeah, I'm dead. What was I saying? I think that's part of it. Like, so part of this design that I want to think about for my game is like, I had this idea that, because I think part of what's hard about roguelikes is you can't really practice. you know, you only get one shot with each boss, and then once you die, then you don't get to try again. So I had this idea that like once you meet a boss, you can then practice on that boss. But the problem is, like, when you're doing a roguelike, so much of your playstyle is based on the gear that you have. So then I had this secondary idea that if you want to practice, you can, like, I don't even know, you can like take weapons from your previous runs. Like, you can pick certain weapons, or like you can pick the build that you had for your last run. And like, I would assume that if you were to practice on a boss, that you wouldn't have any of the passive upgrades. Like, you wouldn't have any of the occult scrolls or whatever you want to call them. It would just be weapons and active items, and that would be the only thing. So like, if you were to practice, you wouldn't be able to have those random advantages that you get from RNG. You would only have the choice of, like, you know, okay, here's the weapons that you've unlocked, here's the skills that you've unlocked for those weapons, and then here's the active items that you have, and then that's all you got to work with. And then the bosses would be scaled a little bit differently because the damage stats wouldn't be included, and so you would just be able to practice fighting them and just be able to like have fun. Because I think like so many of these bosses, especially like if you're gonna emulate the whole Sekiro style, then so many of those bosses are just rad and they're just fun to fight. But like, if you're doing it like a roguelike style, then you don't really get a lot of opportunities to fight them. So it's like, just giving people the option to practice on these bosses, it would be such a simple change that would just change everything. So yeah, that's all I got for you folks. I saw that we had a concurrent viewer at the start. I saw we got 1 like, so we'll see how this video does. Shout out the guy on TikTok who's been watching. I guess we'll cut it on TikTok. Thank you guys. Thank you, single person who's still here. Shout out. I appreciate you. That's all I got for you. Say bye, TikTok. That's all I got. Take care. All right, so if you're watching this, you feel like supporting me, definitely go watch my TikToks. That's the main thing that I'm producing on a weekly basis. Definitely hit that like button on this video or any of my other videos. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. You know, I'm streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific. Right now, we're not really doing a Saturday stream, but the end goal is that we might do some kind of Saturday stream. So that's something to think about, and stay tuned. I think maybe in 2023, we might have a new setup. That's my hope. My hope is that I'm moved out by 2023 and I kind of have my own studio space, which would really just be my own apartment. So, you know, that's what I'm hoping for. So, yeah, that's all I got for you. Take care. I guess we should just end it. Take care.